YouTube, it's Thea, and this video is going to be my Spookathon TBR. If you don't know, the Spookathon is a readathon that is happening from October 16th through the 22nd this year. It is the second annual, hosted by Books and Lala, Pages, and Shannon over at Bookerly. I will link all their channels down below, as well as all of the information for the readathon and their announcements videos. I'm headed off to work, but I figured I'd make a quick video for you guys to show you my TBR. There are a total of 5 challenges. I do have 5 books. I don't think I'm going to get through all of them, but I definitely want to try, and I'm going to, push myself to kind of read more than I normally do. I never succeed at readathons. I'm terrible at them, but I figured why not give it a try and try to get through as many of these as possible. And with all readathons, you can, pick and choose what challenges you want to do. You can interchange each book. If you find one book that fits all 5 challenges, that's great. The only point of readathons is to, be reading, and the focus of Spookathon is to read like scary and spooky books and thrillers. So if you decide you only want to read one book that whole week that meets all the challenges, that's great. If you want to read 5 books in the week, that's great too. I'm going to try to read 5, but I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. I picked some shorter books, so we'll see if we can what I can accomplish. I am going to try to vlog as well, so keep an eye out for those. So let's just dive right in. The first challenge for the Spookathon is to read a thriller. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up And the Trees Crept In by Dawn Kershka. I have really no idea what this is about. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. It was like $5. I figured I'd go ahead and try to pick it up and give it a read. It sounded like it was going to be kind of a thriller. I'll just go ahead and read you the back. Stay away from the woods. When Scylla and Nora arrive at their aunt's house, it's immediately clear that the manor is cursed. The endless creaking of the house at night and the eerie stillness of the woods surrounding them would be enough of a sign, but there are secrets too. Questions that Scylla can't ignore. Why does it seem that ever since they arrived, the trees have been creeping closer? Who is a beautiful boy who's appeared from the woods? And who is the tall man with no eyes who Nora plays with in the basement at night? A man no one else can see. I don't know if this is going to classify as a thriller. It might just be more horror. But just in case, I do have a backup book that's a thriller, and that is You by Caroline Kepnes. I tried to read this last year for the Spookathon, and I didn't get around to it. I'm going to have this as a backup just in case this doesn't end up being as much thrillery as I wanted. I do have this as a backup. Challenge 2 is to read a book with a spooky word in the title, and this can be kind of up to your interpretation as far as what you find spooky. I'm going to go with the Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman, because graveyard is kind of a spooky word, and this is a middle grade novel, so it'll be really easy to get through in a week. And I love Neil Gaiman. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, and it seems like the perfect fit for the Spookathon, so I'm going to go ahead and try to pick this up. Challenge 3 is to read a book with a spooky setting, or that takes place in a spooky setting. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Full Tilt by Neal Shusterman. I've actually never read any Neal Shusterman, and this book is super short. It's, again, another middle grade novel, so it'll be a really quick, easy read. It's about a boy named Blake and his younger brother Quinn, who get trapped in a carnival, and in order to escape, they must survive 7 deadly rides by dawn, each of which represent a deep personal fear, from a carousel of stampeding animals to a hall of mirrors that changes people into deformed reflections. It sounds perfect for the readathon, and it's like 200 pages, so it'll be a really quick, easy read. The next challenge is to read a book with orange on the cover. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and finish H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu and Other Weird Stories. H.P. Lovecraft is an orange, and I have just a couple stories left in this, and then I have another edition that has other stories. So I have a total of 7 stories that I'd like to read, so I have one lined out for each day of the week. But this one has orange on the cover, so I'm using this edition. And the last challenge is to read a book that features a childhood fear, or that is about a childhood fear. And my childhood fear is clowns, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up Dean Koontz' Life Expectancy. I have been informed by my boyfriend that this does have clowns in it, so I will go ahead and pick this up. And while it's a chunker, it's mass market, the font's pretty decently sized, so this is probably something that I'll work on throughout the week. And if you don't know what it's about, I'll just briefly give you a description. Before he died on a storm-wrecked night, Timmy's grandfather predicted there would be 5 dark days in his grandson's life. 5 dates whose terrible events Jimmy must prepare himself to face. The first is to occur in his 20th year, the last in his 30th. What terrifying events await Jimmy on these 5 critical days? What challenges must he survive? The path he follows will defy every expectation and will take all the love, humor, and courage he possesses. For who Jimmy Talk is and what he must accomplish on the 5 days his world turns is a mystery both dangerous and wondrous. This also sounds like something that's just going to be perfect for the readathon. It's kind of spooky and mystery-ish, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. And just in case I have some time left over, depending on how I get through these, I do have another book, additional book, that can really fall into almost any of these categories, and that is The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle. I've owned this book for about a year. I won it in a Goodreads giveaway. I was going to read it last year, never got around to it, so I'm going to go ahead and try to pick it up this year. It is a middle grade novel. It's chunky, it's like 300 pages, but the font is like really big, so I don't think it'll take that long to get through. It says here, 12-year-old Catherine believes in a logical explanation for everything, but even she can't make sense of the strange going-ons at Rookskill Castle, the drafty old Scottish castle turned school, where she and her siblings have been set to escape the London Blitz. What's making those mechanical shrieks at night? Why do the castle walls seem to have a mind of their own? And who are the silent children who seem to haunt the grounds? Kat believes Lady Eleanor, who rules the castle, is harboring a Nazi spy, but when her classmates begin to vanish one by one, Kat must face the truth about what the castle actually harbors and what Lady Eleanor is before it's too late. So this sounds like it could fit into a thriller. This sounds like it could fit into spooky setting. So this is kind of just a backup book that I have just in case I have some time left over or none of these are standing out to me. I have an additional book. So here is my Spookathon TBR. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of these. What are your thoughts and opinions? Are you participating in Spookathon? What are you reading? As always, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe for when I post new videos. I have all of my contact information down below in the description. I hope you have a happy Halloween, happy reading, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!